set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. This nation will continue to be a pioneer in the new frontier of space.
Life is a space movie, so if you take Alien, Gravity, and Deadpool, add them into one movie, that's life. And I liked it. The cast is very good. So you got Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson, Jake Gyllenhaal, a black dude, a Japanese dude, some other foreign girl. So, you got the foreign people and then the white people who are the ones with names. The standouts in particular are my BB, Rebecca Ferguson. She has the two best lines in the whole movie. And the black guy, he was cool. He was the ones actually, studying the alien. You saw in the trailer and he gets his hand all wrapped up in it. Effects are super good. Like I said, it's like a remake of Alien in 2017, with, modern-day CGI. The alien, I believe, is entirely CGI, and that looks pretty good. It's got this slimy, tentacly starfish kind of look, and then it gets, fins later. It's a cool-looking alien. Now, where the movie slips up in horror movie fashion is, people and their decision-making skills. So, very, very early on, I think this movie could have ended. I think the comms, the connection to Earth, get jammed for no reason at all. Those just stop working all of a sudden. There's a part where the Japanese guy is fiddling around on the computer and he's like, oh, it locked me out. And I'm like, how does anybody get locked out? You have an alien on Mars. This is the frickin' ISS. How does that even happen? Something like that up there with that many PhDs on board and that much money caused in building had better have a stable connection to Earth. And really, people back at Houston should be able to do everything remotely. But, we have to have that feeling of isolation and horror out in space, so, boom, cut off. There's also something that was actually really underwhelming that should have been a lot better than it was. So if you watch the trailer, he's like, we are looking at the first, single-cell biological organism. So first they get the samples from the Mars probe, and they're looking at them, and there should have been a little montage of them looking at it, that's dirt, that's, carbon, that's silicon, random minerals and elements, don't care, don't care, don't care. And then the picture of that one cell flashes across, and they're like, stop! And it's just and then there's boom, and everyone's staring at it because that right there is immediate confirmation of the greatest scientific discovery known to man. Proof of life beyond Earth. Bam. But it shows the black dude having already found it, and he's looking at it and he's finding stuff out about it. So watching him try to figure out and learn stuff about the alien was neat. But there's this part where he just starts poking at it with a cattle prod, shocking it, and he's like, oh, don't worry, it's a very low voltage. We're gonna stimulate some activity. 1.5 volts. And I'm like, really? And then when the pissed off Mars alien understandably starts trying to murder them all, there are some clear obvious steps that were never taken. It's nobody thought to turn the carbon dioxide and the oxygen back down in the tube. Nobody thought to turn the temperature back down because you had a completely unresponsive cell just sitting there barely alive when you had the temperatures back up all the way down. So turning the temperature up is what got it in the first place. You can't just freeze it by turning the temperature back down. And there's a part further in the movie where they're talking about firewalls. It's we have this protocol for Firewall 1, Firewall 2, Firewall 3, making sure the alien doesn't get to Earth. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say there's a part involving an airlock that will make what Matt Damon did in Interstellar look like a stroke of genius. But it's understanding why you're there and what you're trying to do with the ship. Why are you even opening the airlock in the first place? It's by no means a bad movie, though. I think the biggest praise I can give it from, a horror thriller standpoint was I wasn't rooting for the alien to kill them alright, let's see some carnage. I was And some of them die in brutal, ugly ways. Is dude, that alien is a savage, oh man. And I think throughout the movie there is a lot of good emotion, and I think a lot of the deaths are handled very well. Nobody died in a stupidly, laughably way. I think it was all very horrifying, and everybody's all traumatized by it. I think they did a really good job at that. There is a pretty heartfelt moment between Rebecca Ferguson and Jake Gyllenhaal where they're just shivering and they're freezing and they're discussing what happened, and it's a really good moment. I wanted to take it a little bit further. I'm you guys should embrace, you're cold in space, and it's come on, Jake Gyllenhaal, hug her. She needs a hug right now. And if they had done that, I would have been aww. Even without that, though, still a pretty good moment. It did have a pretty cool ending too. I want to give it a solid 7 because I certainly enjoyed myself, and if I had paid $4, I would not have felt gypped at all. There is a lot of logic breaking at the beginning, and that's the thing that maybe holds. So I'm like right on the border 6 to 7 if you care about numbers. But like Whose Line Is It Anyway, the points don't matter. But I think the fact that the effects were good, the sound was great, the music was good, the cast, everybody did a great job. It was handled well, and it's super short. It's like 90 minutes. I think it is a definite solid one-off little thriller. And space is always cool. So I'll get it to 7. I also saw Chips this weekend. I don't like reviewing comedies, so I don't know what to say. You know what I feel about comedies? I'm like, you either laugh or you didn't. I mean, I gotta say, I don't think it was a pile of shit. I mean, I enjoyed myself throughout. I am never gonna watch it again. I am gonna forget about it in a couple months. I didn't really laugh all that hard. There are some pretty cool motorcycle stunts in it, but I mean, it is another buddy cop movie. I thought it was perfectly watchable, though. I don't think it was piece of garbage that everybody says it is. And again, I don't usually watch these kind of movies, so I gotta say I did laugh a lot harder in life at that Jake Gyllenhaal joke about the 8 billion motherfuckers. It was hilarious.